Welcome to 10K Tuesday. This is a very special occasion. My friend Waymond here, we met here at Planet Fitness, and just one of the good people you run into every now and again. And he shared with me something astonishing.
I hit 100 pounds yesterday.
He lost 100 pounds. I know somebody personally that's lost 100 pounds and he gained it all back. And I finally met somebody that's just lost 100 pounds in person. And Waymond, would you tell us how you did it and how you plan to keep it off?
So I've been diabetic since 2009, and it's been a roller coaster ride. I've had some setbacks. So I also have chronic kidney disease due to the diabetes. So my doctor last year put me on a medication called Mounjaro. So that, along with diet and exercise, has helped me lose 100 pounds. So it's been a fun ride. So a lot of discipline with exercise and clean eating. But the biggest thing is to stick with clean eating, exercise. Medication only does so much, but the biggest thing is the exercise and the dieting and keeping to just good habits and exercising, because medication alone doesn't do it. You have to actually exercise and do the work, because if you don't do that work and exercise, then you won't actually really lose the weight, because you can't just rely on medication. You actually have to put in the work to actually see the results.
How many days a week do you work out?
So I'm in the gym 4 days a week. I do active recovery at home on the weekend, then on Wednesdays, so pretty much all the time.
And what's your diet like? Are you vegetarian, or are you a little bit of meat and veggies?
So I do lots of chicken, fish, dark leafy greens, high fiber. I don't do a lot of fruits. I do some fruits, but it's lots of high fiber foods, chicken, fish, dark leafy greens. I only drink water. I may have maybe an occasional cup of coffee. That's only if I'm tired from doing fasting cardio in the morning, but pretty much good food choices. You can eat whatever you want in moderation, but it's a matter of just making healthy food choices. I'm not saying get rid of things that you like, but just, enjoy the foods that you like, but mainly it's just the exercising and just making smart food choices. No one says to get rid of things that you like, but you still have to enjoy food, but you also have to just make sure you stay active.
How long did it take you?
We're on month 9.
9 months. 9 months, 100 pounds. That's like you've given birth to a whole new person.
Pretty much.
Kind of this metaphorical type of way. That's really it.
The equivalent of a small person.
Man. And your clothes, the clothes that you've shed, did you burn those bridges? You donate them, throw them away?
From a size 44 to a size 36 in pants. I've gone from wearing 3XLs to now a extra large in shirts.
Congratulations.
And who knows when it's going to stop.
Yeah. And so do you have a role model, somebody that you look at and you think, man, I want to look like that dude?
So my father is 77 years old, and we now wear the same size pants, but he's gone up a size, but you would never believe he's 77 years old, and he constantly stays active. And he's awesome. On his 3rd bout of dealing with cancer, and he keeps going.
That's incredible. You got a great role model right there, your dad. Man, thank you for being comfortable enough to get on camera and share your story, and I just want this to help somebody out there, and I really appreciate it, Waymond. The thing about Waymond's journey that I find so respectable is he's just the consistency. He's not in here trying to be Buddhist beefcake, plowing crazy weights. Right now, he's biking. I'm stair stepping. That's his new identity. What did he tell you? He does it 4 days a week. 4 days. 9 months. 100 pounds. That's pretty awesome. That's inspirational. And what's most important is it's doable. Right now, it's 6:17 p.m. and I've made an adjustment. I used to be an AM guy. That's when I wanted to do my workouts. But my new job has made it to where it's either PM or nothing. So I'm here in the PM. Waymond's here in the PM. He's got 100 pounds lost to show for it. I was just really moved by that when I met him, and I wanted you to meet him. Man, so when I first interviewed Waymond, I thought of all these follow-up questions like, man, I wonder what he meant by active recovery. I wonder how he's feeling now health-wise. And before I released the video, well, I went back to Plant Fitness, ran into Waymond, and we started chit-chatting, and he's been kind enough to answer these questions twice now. And because I had the camera turned around the wrong way, but we got it this time. Waymond, tell me, what do you mean by active recovery on your 3 days off? You work out 4 days, but you take 3 days off for active recovery.
So on Wednesdays, I'm not lifting, so I'm doing cardio core exercises. So I do these power walking workouts that I found on YouTube. So you're like marching in place, but you're doing other exercises with your arms and your legs, and you're constantly doing total body movements. So I do the same thing on Saturdays when I'm resting. So I've gotten to a habit of doing things, not just sitting around the house, just to keep the body moving. You're still resting your muscles, but you're not doing intense exercise.
Active recovery, I love it. Like you're not sitting on your ass. You're moving, but you're not.
I mean, I do play rounds of Fortnite, watch movies, but I'm still moving and doing stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. And your health. You started this journey. You had diabetes and you had kidney disease, and so how is 100 pounds less treating you in these categories?
So 100 pounds less in that category is the diabetes is in a well-controlled state. It doesn't go away, but everything's in a well-controlled state. Blood pressure is in the normal range. All the cholesterol numbers and everything is where it should be. So the misconception is that when your diabetes is in a well-controlled state, it goes away. So it's always going to be there, but you keep everything in a well-controlled state with diet, exercise, healthy food choices. As long as you do those things, you'll be fine. But you can't go back to those bad habits. I mean, you can treat yourself to an occasional good meal and things like that, but it's a matter of just keeping yourself disciplined and doing the things that you need to do to stay healthy.
In 9 months to lose 100 pounds, I calculate that's 270 days of doing the right thing. Just a few things once every day with no back stubs. And to me, that's just, it's something that it should be inspirational. People watching this should be able to say, I can do that. 270 days of just keeping it in the road and not taking huge back stubs.
I mean, no one says stop living your life, but at the same time, just do things to make life more enjoyable and to be healthy at the same time while you're doing it.
Because this isn't a challenge. This is your new life. This isn't like a 6-week, 9-month challenge. You've signed on for this forever.
And then my doctor also said, you're doing great. Keep up the good work. He says not meant for you to not enjoy life, but to live a healthy, long life.
And there's another thing that you said that is, well, two things that have impacted you because of this new lifestyle.
My father is 77. He's on his third bout of prostate cancer. And, he has back issues and things like that, but he pushes himself. He goes to the gym, and he works 2 jobs.
77, back issues, cancer, 2 jobs, and he's still finding time to work out.
Oh, yeah.
All right, there's no excuses. No excuses for us. But you said that your joints feel better and your sleep has been enhanced.
Oh, yeah, and I have more energy.
More energy. Maybe because of the sleep? Or?
A combination of everything. Because before this, I would wake up, I'd be tired, groggy, have a headache, and things of that nature. And now, when I wake up, I'm wide awake, full of energy. Sometimes I'm tired, but other times I'm not. But most of the time, I'm wide awake, ready to go.
There's 3 pillars that I operate by, and that's eat clean, train hard, and sleep well. And in that sleep well area, I feel like a lot of people overlook that, and I prioritize that equally as train hard and eat clean. To me, it's so important. And when you said that you've been sleeping better, that little bells went off, ding, 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 ding. Like,
sleep is important. I've also found out that if you keep a consistent routine, even on the weekends, it's important.
Yeah. Even on your days off, still try to go to bed at the same time, get up at the same time. Yeah.
It's important.
Waymond says it's important, so it's important. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much for sharing what you've been through, what you're doing. I just think that's super cool, and I appreciate you talking to me multiple times now, because the dang camera was turned around the wrong way. All right. Do what Waymond said. All right. I want to put some thoughts here as we're in the editing process for this video about Waymond and his 100-pound weight loss journey and what it took to get there. And he never said anything exotic. He never said anything that you couldn't do. He didn't say, like, I got up at 5:46 every morning, chanted Mecca like a high, Mecca hiney ho 47 times. I chopped up 9 grams of ginger, extra fine, and crammed them in my ears. Nothing exotic, none of the stuff that just pings our dopamine. He attributed it to diet and exercise. That's just great. What that means is, there might be one side of you says that, well, that's boring. The other side should be saying, hell, I can do that. I can do that. I can work out 4 days a week. Okay, I can go after work. It doesn't have to be at 4 a.m. before work, like all the super studs on the internet are doing. I can do that. And it's about being content with hitting singles on a daily basis and not taking back steps. Deciding who you want to be and just stepping into that person every single day, step by step, no back steps. Step by step by step. You can do that. I can do that. And so that's why I'm fascinated with how he got there. And how I met him? So we're at Planet Fitness and I'm on this machine and I see this guy next to me on another machine, and he's going at it really, really hard. He was an ab cruncher thing, and I just said, "Hey, man, you're gonna break that machine or something." And before you know it, we just sort of see each other and pound fists. Say, "What's up?" And he says, "Yeah, I've lost 76 pounds." Next week, "Yeah, I've lost 83 pounds." It just kept ratcheting. And he never said, I slipped back. Every week was consistently better and better and better for him. I'm taking that as a lesson for myself. I hope you're taking that as a lesson for you. Consistent, daily, singles, no back steps. Let's take it from Waymond. I'm proud of the dude, and I'm glad to have met him, and I hope